Welcome, I'm Mark McPherson. We're going to have a bit of a look at how to master tough conversations. Sometimes they're so tough that we don't even want to have them. Sometimes they're tough throughout the conversation, and sometimes even when we've finished a tough conversation, they can be pretty upsetting. Sometimes afterwards, there can be an incredible amount of paperwork that we have to do as well. We have to talk tough sometimes to people. That's the tough conversation. We have to lay down the law. On other occasions, it's tough work, because the person won't pay attention. We're trying to get them to choose an option that we're giving them, and they simply won't come to the party. And sometimes we have to talk to people in authority, and it's hard work. Some of us are quite scared of repercussions, and sometimes rightly so. But it's hard to talk to people who are somewhat up the ladder. On top of that, some conversations are really tricky because we're dealing with rather sensitive and delicate matters. We need to take control of these conversations, and that is not a dirty word or a dirty expression saying take control. It means take control so you know what you're doing, so you get the best possible outcome for all concerned. Number one, let's take control of the conditions. Number two, let's take control of what I call the scripts. And third, let's take control of what I call the deliveries. Now, I say the deliveries as a plural for a very clear reason, and that's this. You sometimes have to deliver a tough conversation more than once. The conditions is absolutely everything that you can use as a fundamental groundwork for your tough conversation. Now, it's about the physical environment, it's about the social environment, it's about the emotional environment, it's about what your point is. If your point of the conversation is simply just to get it off your chest and say, this is what I reckon, fine. But if your point and your outcome that you want is to get people moving together in the same direction, that's a totally different story. Get these conditions right. Do you have a fallback position? What language will you accept in this tough conversation? Because in some tough conversations, language that we may not find acceptable in other cases rises to the top. The second thing, we really need to get control and take control of what I call scripts. If anyone knows me, they know that I love scripts. It doesn't mean you can't be flexible. You get halfway through these conversations in your script and you go, boy, oh boy, this conversation's got a different turn. Let's just put that to one side. Then again, another thing about having a script is that if you find yourself sort of going off track a little bit, you can actually bring yourself back. You have a script. The third thing is the deliveries. You need to be impeccable. Every hand movement you do, every look you give can be seen by another person as an affront to them, or it means something, or you're smiling, or you're looking like that. What they touch their face for? What's that about? So we need to be absolutely impeccable in those deliveries. To handle tough conversations and to master them, we need to 1, take control of the conditions. 2, take control of the scripts. 3, take control of the deliveries. All the very best. It's been great talking to you. Have a great day. Look after yourselves. Look after your family.